All right, Kenman here, and today we have another one from the Jack Wolf Knives Pass Around group. Very excited to get into this one. I saw when Justin had it, and it looks super cool, and I cannot wait to share this with you. For those of you who are not aware, I am on a little pass around group for Jack Wolf. There's about 4 of us in the group. Long story short, Jack Wolf Ben has been so gracious as to send us some of his newer knives as they are released for review to share with all of you. Let's just get into it right now. Really nice package and presentation at Jack Wolf. This is the Diamondback Jack. Look at that cool imagery on there. As I said, their packaging, attention to detail on that is very cool. You got the wolf on the top and the pog jumping out. They all come with the same imagery on the pog on there. We're going to hide that for later. And let's just get right into this one here. Looks like there's a couple stickers in there. If I can get them out, there it is. You got your toxic Jack Wolf. All right. A couple of those in there. Set that aside. And then we have the knife with the cloth. Let's get into this one. It is gorgeous. Wow. Check that out, everybody. Okay. What is up? This thing is gorgeous. Today we're looking at the Diamondback Jack with Crystalized Titanium. Here it is. Boom. Ho ho. Tell me that is not gorgeous. You'd be wrong. This thing is glorious. So we have Crystalized Titanium. Whoop. Touching my camera holder right there. S90V on the blade steel, says right in there. Jack Wolf on that side. Really great looking Warncliffe hollow grind. Nice pointy tip there. And then we have the titanium, the bolsters, and then the crystallized titanium on the scales. So as you can see, it looks crystallized. So I talked to Ben when I was in Texas, and he said that basically you take the piece of titanium, you form it so it's shaped the way it's supposed to be for the knife, and then they bake it. And so they bake it, I don't know what the temperature is at and for how long, but heating it in that form allows then the crystallization, the crystallized structure. This is smooth. You can't feel that. It still feels smooth. But that heating process basically brings out that crystalline structure and that cool facety tone. It's great. And then they anodize that. And then the anode kind of reacts a little different. So that green is showing you those facets and that crystallization. Very, very cool. It's got my thumb wasn't working right there. Has a bolster lock, which is a really small tiny little bolster lock. We'll look at the other one in a second here. Nice little front flipper. Getting in there. Drop shut. Oh, I missed that one. It does have a fuller for flicking out. Check this knife out. What a cool one here from Jack Wolf. This is the Diamond Jack. So it still has that slip joint kind of styling the way you look at it, but it also has the lock. It's got this nice bolster lock you can see in there. Quite a bit of lockup. It really gets in there. But the action is great. You can flick it out really easy. A couple of shakes brings it down. Got the front flipper on there. I could probably reach across. No problem at all. Works good as a lefty as well. Since it's titanium, but then you have the lock kind of hidden in there because you got the bolster lock. I can put pressure on that with my thumb in several places, and I'm not putting any pressure on that lock at all. So this isn't really an issue. The action on this is really nice. I dig it. Okay. Blade is solid. No play there at all. Centered perfectly. Excuse me, perfectly. Nice detent. Got a nice strong pull-in detent at the end there. Boom. Keeps it in place. Front flipper does work really well. Say if anything, the lockup is solid. It really gets in there, and because it's flush across here. Not saying it's a major negative, but it's a little harder to kind of get into that spot. Sometimes they'll do a little relief on one side, so it's a little easier to access that lock bar. I'm not having any real major troubles getting it to go, but I notice it is a little bit harder to kind of get in there. So you got to kind of be a little more deliberate since there isn't a lot of space on that. It's nice and smooth, but you're getting this clean look, this really smooth design, this slip joint style that just also has that lock in there. Oh, action is great though. I can dig it. So clip cannot be swapped to the other side. Does have a full back spacer that matches, and then the titanium clip that also matches with that crystallization. Very cool back spacer there. It's just a full wrap, covers that whole spot. That makes it have that kind of more of a slip joint kind of a look to it for sure. As I said, for the lefties, the clip cannot be swapped. It doesn't really get in the way, and I don't really mind it where it's at. It's not really a hot spot at all. This is kind of a longer handle. So when I get in there like that to do that flick out, my thumb is here. It's not really pushing or putting any pressure on that clip at all. So not a big deal. They do come with, it is in there, I think. Yep. Here is a little clip. So that clip matches the gray dark blasted. They do a couple different bead blasts, the lighter and the darker. This is that darker. I don't remember the exact name of it, but this plug will match that, so you can take the clip off and then put it in that spot right there and give it that more kind of traditional slip joint kind of look if you want to put it in a slip rather than having the clip on it. Very cool. All right, enjoying these Jack Wolf unboxings. I am, and I appreciate Ben for letting us enjoy them. If you also agree, hit the like button. Subscribe to see some more. All right, so I didn't do the... Sorry about that. I always do that. Why did I miss that today? 7.5 end to end right there, right on the money, 7.5. We have a 3, you could say it's 3.5 at an angle. It's a little bit more like 3 3/8 straight across there. You're looking at just under, it wants to be 3 inches, but it's more like 2 15/16 on that cutting surface with just a straight edge. And then you have almost 4 1/4 on that handle. I gotta reach over, sorry. Get my calipers here. Blade thickness is 11. Pretty standard. Does start to thin out right about there. You can see it gets to 10 and then it gets thinner. And then we've got this hollowest of grindage. Oh, I love it. Oh yeah, jimps. There's some jimps on there. There could be more. I like a lot of jimps, so you can always give me extra jimps. Handle, 0.45 in the middle there, 0.78 on the thickness, and then at the end here, you got 1.02 on that butt end of it, but that helps keep it locked into your hand. Feels really nice. Thickest spot on the blade, 0.79. Battery's still going. How many more are we going to get? Comment. How many have we had? Plenty. Plenty. All right, so let's get the scale out here. .33 on there, almost exactly 3333. Here is my Jack Wolf Primo Jack, 2.96, so 3.33. It's got a little bit more weight than the Primo. I compare everything with the Kaiser Drop Bear, 3.28. So actually very similar in weight to the Drop Bear. Oh, so close to 3333, huh? That would have been kind of fun. How do we make it just a little lighter? And get in there and shave it a little? Is it really that important? No. No, it is not. Okay. So there we are. Kaiser Drop Bear is a great clutch lock. Awesome crossbar style lock from Kaiser. A lot of jimps on there. That's what I'm talking about. Piles of jimps. Really good action on this. Just a great daily carry. And a good size comparison. Handle is pretty much exactly the same on the length. Blade is a little bit shorter on the Drop Bear. So, yeah, the Diamondback Jack is a really great daily carry size. Not quite full size. Pretty close to full size, but just a good size for a carry. 2 Jack Wolf in the house. Look at that. How glorious. Thank you, Ben. So it looks like my Primo is just a little bit, when I line those up right there, the Primo is just a little bit longer, just barely, on the handle. Although it almost feels like this one, it gets a little wider at the end. So it just seems like it gets bigger. Although the Primo Jack is just a little bit longer on the handle. And the blade's about the same. It looks like the tips kind of stop at about the same spot. Cutting surface is really almost the same, except for a little curve on the belly versus straight. They do look nice together though, don't they? Very similar in size. This one also has that bolster lock. So this is what I was saying on. So on this one here, it's a shorter bolster. So you just got that tiny little nub versus on the Primo, notice it's a little bit more space on there. So as far as when you're going in there to get to it, does that really make a difference? This kind of, you get a hold of that right there. I just feel like this, it's a larger section of a bar that you're able to push against, so it feels like it's a little bit easier to get to it. Catching it on my, what am I doing? But it is still that same flush. It's real even, so you got to kind of push down as you're pushing over. I don't mind it. Just observations. I give my full open opinion on everything, whether it's good or bad. I like these though. They are very cool. I would like to get a Jack Wolf slip joint. That's kind of what they're more known for. They're getting more into these locking folders that kind of look like the slip joints. But they are great. I dig this. Crystalized Titanium is here. If you have not seen it before, there it is. Absolutely amazing look. I would imagine we're going to be seeing more crystallized titanium in the future. And we will be seeing some more Jack Wolf. Stay tuned. More of them on the way as they release. Thanks again to Jack Wolf for letting us be part of this pass around, or me, and being able to enjoy these, share them with everyone. Very cool. Great knives. Yeah, I look forward to the next one. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.